All right, now we are live.
I logged in on live on Monday. It's interesting. What is that, Windows 25?
I'm not
She's
sure.
got a new computer.
I don't know how to use it yet. I think we're live. Okay. We are recording. Okay. All right. Well, for some of us, this is the second meeting this week, so appreciate you guys coming. Thank you. We'll start with a summary of the last two management group meetings since they were just 2 weeks apart. And then we'll move on to the climate change vulnerability questionnaire, go over the resource management strategies that were assigned to the work group, and then we'll talk about project development as we move into this second step of project applications, and then look at some next steps. So to summarize the meetings, there was a management group meeting held on May 29th, and then we had the special meeting to vet projects on Monday the 15th. During that second meeting, the one on Monday, they developed a project monitoring policy, and they also approved the draft project selection and ranking criteria, although they haven't yet identified the weighting for each of those factors. So there's a handout for that, which is in the back, and it will be really helpful for you guys to pick one up and look at those as you develop your projects. They decided to categorize projects, and they're going to do that by work groups. So with the addition of the Tribal Advisory Committee, which is has been formed as a fifth work group. So they reviewed the conceptual project summaries. There were 82 project submittals in total. Only 4 of those were not selected to move forward, and those were simply because they didn't have a signed MOU in place. There was one that fell out of the Municipal Services Work Group, and then they added one in from the Lake Almanor Watershed, Lake Almanor Wastewater Management Plan. And Carl Feltz is doing that one with the MIDO Consortium, I believe. So they added the Tribal Advisory Committee. The meeting packet is huge. The video and the meeting packet are both posted online. So you can check that out there if you want it. There's also, it was about 300 and something pages. There are some packets of all of the municipal service applications that were submitted on the back table if you're interested. And then the next management group meeting has been scheduled for Friday, July 31st at 1 in the afternoon. Is there anything to add that I missed from the meetings? Okay. Hello, Robert. Oh, so the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to spend the first 15 minutes or so going over the climate change, this little questionnaire. And I'll give you some background on what happened and why we're doing this. Climate change vulnerability is something that needs to be addressed in the plan, and that's required under the Proposition 84 guidelines. The climate change consultants, about a couple of months ago, I think it was, sent these questionnaires out, and people in the work groups decided they wanted to have a chance to answer all of the questions on the vulnerability checklist. So they requested an online survey, which the consultants developed, and they had a total of 5 people participate. They need this regional participation so that they can develop their assessment. So we've fallen back to the targeted questionnaires, and each work group has a slightly different questionnaire. And so today we're going to spend about 15 minutes just filling these out. If you don't know one of these, don't have any input on one of these questions, don't worry about filling it out, but we need to get some feedback from folks.
You said only 4 responded to this?
Yeah, only 4 people responded. Did you submit one? Okay, then you're excused from the homework. Yeah, no, it doesn't. So if folks need a pencil or something like that, I think it's probably best to just pause the video at this point and just go ahead and spend a few minutes filling this out.
Okay. Got your homework, you got the form?
These are
Yeah.
up here. Oh,
Well, we wanted to do it individually, right?
Well, we can do it two ways.